got a lot going on today, and I didn't know I was going to do the introductions and get it going. But we are very excited to be here today in Orlando with all of our community partners, and I just wanted to take a minute and introduce Commissioner Putnam. Is that no? Am I introducing? See, I'm going to kick it off. Who do I introduce?
We're going to have
Okay, there you go. We'll get started, then I'll get out of here.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Well, it's certainly a beautiful day, and we're very happy to welcome you to NAP4 Community School. We like to think of ourselves as the jewel of Paramore. We're excited to have you here. As a health and wellness focused charter school, we felt it would be very appropriate for us to host you. So once again, welcome. I'd like to introduce to you Linda Landman-Gonzalez, the Vice President of Community Relations and Government Affairs with our very own Orlando Magic. Linda was named Vice President of Community Relations and Government Affairs in September 2007. She serves in a senior leadership role overseeing community relations, government affairs, multicultural insights, and serves as the president of the Orlando Magic Youth Foundation. Ms. Gonzalez is currently involved in several volunteer and leadership activities, which include serving on the boards of the Florida State Fair Authority, the African American Chamber of Commerce of Central Florida, the Casa de Mexico, the Business Force, the WMFE Board of Trustees, and is a trustee of the City of Orlando's Children's Trust Committee. She is a current board chair of Valencia Community College Foundation. She is the vice chair of the United Arts of Central Florida and the immediate past president of Orlando Ballet. She's a very busy woman. There's more. Additionally, she co-chairs the Florida State Conference NAACP Corporate Advisory Board and serves on the Board of Visitors for the Florida A&M University Law School. Ms. Gonzalez also serves on the board of the Fifth Third Bank and was appointed by Governor Christ in February 2009 to serve on the Early Learning Coalition of Orange County. I'm also pleased to say that she was recently named the 2002 Businesswoman of the Year by the Orlando Business Journal. So please join me in welcoming Ms. Linda Landman-Gonzalez.
Good morning, everyone. It's a great Florida morning, isn't it? I think summer is here. At the Orlando Magic, our mission is to be world champions on and off the court, delivering legendary moments every step of the way. We know that when it comes to our community, every day is game day. We understand and embrace the responsibility that our team has to our community and specifically to our youth. It is through this commitment that we have partnered with the Department of Agriculture, and we are proud to work together with all of you here today to change lives. Changing lives has to start with one of the most important ingredients, which is education. One of the most important things we will ever do is to educate our youth. We must give them the tools and the resources needed to achieve that success. And one of the most severe roadblocks is the learning process is hunger. Lack of nutrition during the summer months may set up a cycle for poor performance once school has started. Hunger might also make children more prone to illness and other health issues. Commissioner Putnam's leadership and the Department of Agriculture have made it possible to make enormous strides in the delivering quality nutritional meals to children across the state. The Commissioner and his team are focused on transforming the lifelong eating habits of Florida's children, and we consider it an honor to join them in a cause that is not only worthwhile, but is the right thing to do, and at the right time. I want to specifically thank the Orlando Magic team that's here today, Mr. Nick Anderson and Mr. Bo Outlaw, our community ambassadors, who do about 900 different activities like this in our community during the year, and to the other teams and the state of Florida. And with this moment, I'd like to honor and welcome to the stage Commissioner Adam Putnam.
morning, everyone. Good morning, boys and girls. Thank you for hosting us at Nat Ford. You have a beautiful school, and it's so kind of you to allow us to interrupt your day. It probably breaks your heart if we stretch this out, keep you from going back into class. But you know, we're delighted to have this partnership and be here in the shadows of the Orlando Magic's home court and the partnership with all of Florida's teams. And it really sort of makes us realize that life's a team sport, isn't it? You know, we owe it to ourselves and to our teammates to do our own very best. But we know that when we need help, there's a teammate out there for us. And in a state like Florida, if our teammates aren't showing up for school or aren't prepared for practice because they're hungry, we have an obligation to help them, don't we? Help our team, help them perform at their very best. And you can't perform at your very best. You can't make good grades, you can't run fast, you can't focus on the FCAT, you can't do any of those things if your stomach's growling, can you? And so we think that we can do something about that in the state of Florida, because we're blessed to live in a state that is productive and bountiful and grows a lot of fruits and vegetables and raises a lot of livestock that any of our parents would be proud for us to eat. So last year we became a leader in the country when the legislature empowered the Department of Agriculture to be responsible for our school nutrition programs, and part and parcel of that is our summer nutrition programs. And in this economy, that's more important than ever, to make sure that people aren't being left behind and that kids aren't going hungry. So some kids do without, and some kids get too much food that's just not very good for them. Maybe they live in a community that doesn't have access to a grocery store. Maybe their family's buying most of their groceries at a store that just doesn't have a lot of options, doesn't have a lot of good options. And we know that about 10% of our high school students in Florida already are obese. We know that nearly 80% of Florida students are eating less than the recommended number of fruits and vegetables every day. Well, that's just inexcusable in a state where the whole country depends on for fruits and vegetables. And so we think that we can do something about that as the Department of Agriculture in Florida by partnering what we grow with the people who want it and with the people who need it. And so with that, as we approach summer, we know that a lot of kids who depend on the school nutrition program enter a long stretch of time where they just may not have options that others are fortunate enough to have, and we think we ought to do something about that. Nearly 2 million students in Florida are on a free and reduced lunch program, and when school gets out, they just don't have great options. And that's where Summer BreakSpots comes in, and that's what we're here to talk about today. During the summer, students who qualify for free and reduced lunch meals will have access to wholesome, nutritious meals through Florida's Summer BreakSpots. These are community partners, a team. It's not just the schools, but the schools are an integral part of it. It's boys and girls clubs, it's charities, it's churches, it's recreation centers, it's food banks, it's the whole Florida team making sure that during the summer kids aren't doing without. These are fun centers, these are learning centers, these are recreational centers. It's where we exercise our bodies, we exercise our minds, and we're going to have access to nutritious meals. This is 2,500 community partners who make this happen. We can't do it without those teammates. Those teammates include the AME Women's Missionary Society, the Children's Home Society, the cities like City of Orlando, the Community Foundation of Central Florida, the Florida Conference of the UMC, the United Methodist Church, United Way, Florida WIC, the Jewish Family Services, the Lutheran Church, Goodwill Industries, Orange County Extension and the rest of the Extension Service. Orange County Public Schools are here today on behalf of all of our school districts. The LCMS School Ministries, Second Harvest, one of our outstanding food bank partners, Share Our Strength, the Winter Park Foundation. Together, those teammates, those 2,500 teammates, are going to make this possible for us to fill the gap and make sure that kids aren't doing without. That's where our next partnership comes from, and that's a partnership that didn't exist until the Department of Agriculture took over this program, and that's the 2-1-1 partnership. Providing food to children during the summer months is only part of the challenge. We know that only 14% of those who are eligible actually take advantage of it. So we've got two challenges. We've got to have these partners that are opening up centers, that we've got good coverage around the state, that we've got access points, and then we need to make sure that people know about it, right? And to help them know about it, we've partnered up with 211, where you're going to use bus wraps, flyers, cards, brochures. We've got summerfoodflorida.org, and we've spearheaded an effort with United Way so that when people call 211 and get information about services that they need to access, and it could be a host of services. Services related to other stresses in your life. Stresses about housing, stresses about jobs, emotional distress, mental distress. They're going to have that access point to say, did you know that in your community, in your zip code, in your neighborhood, here's a partner that allows your children to have access to summer feeding programs through our summer BreakSpot. We think that this is an easy reminder, an easy to remember reminder that allows people to know, and we want to thank Sheila Smith of 211 for being here as our teammate on that effort. Let's give them a big round of applause. We've also partnered with the Florida Retail Federation, our grocery stores, our retail partners. They're terrific teammates in this effort to be a point-of-sale reminder about the summer BreakSpot program so that as people are doing their grocery shopping, they're aware of their eligibility that their kids can take advantage of. And this is a great distribution point for education materials, and it's a constant contact point for their communities. We have every confidence that this is going to work because it's built on a proven model. And that proven model was piloted by the Florida Partnership to End Childhood Hunger and Florida Impact last summer. Terrific partners who frankly helped us get the legislation necessary for us to take responsibility for this program. They debuted this last year in 8 counties, and now we're building on that success this summer. And I'd like to introduce you to our teammate Mike McKenna, who's with the partnership, and share our strength to say a few words. Mike?
Thank you to Principal Porter-Smith for having us at a beautiful school, and to you guys for hosting us, and to the Commissioner, of course, for bringing attention to the really important issue of childhood hunger here in Florida. For many kids, summertime should be about 3 things. It should be about good times with good friends, with good food. But in Florida and many other parts of the country, that is not the case. Too many families are struggling to make ends meet. And the summer months can be stressful because your tight food budget is made even harder by the summertime. But we know there are ways we can alleviate that stress. And it's all about, to the Commissioner's point, about having the right teammates. Share Our Strength's No Kid Hungry campaign is a national effort that's trying to bring together a whole range of teammates. It's government officials, it's anti-hunger organizations like Florida Impact, it's education leaders, it's government agencies, and it's corporate partners and community leaders who are all committed to one common goal, and that's ending childhood hunger in the United States. With support from corporations and foundations, this summer Share Our Strength is able to invest more than $1.8 million to increase access to summer meals in 45 states. And in Florida, thanks to the leadership of organizations like the Walmart Foundation, Sodexo Foundation, the Arby's Foundation, Magellan Health Services, and Weight Watchers, we're able to deliver on the great work of the Florida Partnership. We know, as the Commissioner said, that we are poised for success here this summer. More kids in more places in the Sunshine State are going to be eating nutritious meals thanks to the work of all these teammates. The Florida Partnership truly is a national model. At Share Our Strength, I have the privilege of working with No Kid Hungry campaigns across the state, and I can tell you some of the learnings we've discovered here in Florida have helped us everywhere. They're piloting innovative solutions that increase access to summer meals. So what do I mean by that? That means getting some professional athletes like those from the Magic and Jaguars who are here with us today to do a public service announcement to let people know that these programs are out there. It means getting great materials about the summer BreakSpot and a great website. People can go online to summerfoodflorida.org, type in your zip code, and find out where you can go to a summer meal site in your community, making that connection as easy as possible. we also know that the Florida Partnership exemplifies what a public-private partnership can do. The summer outreach campaign is exactly how it's supposed to work. I know it sounds like a buzzword, but what we're really talking about here is bringing together a range of non-traditional partners or teammates around a common goal. And our teammates' goal is ending childhood hunger here in Florida and across the country. So those partners include state agencies. Those partners include state and national nonprofits like Florida Impact, the United Way, and the many others that the Commissioner mentioned, and national nonprofits like the Food Research and Action Center and Share Our Strength. It's partners like county health departments and law enforcement, partners like schools and churches and other parts of the faith community, and it's partners like the corporate partners that I mentioned. We commend the Commissioner for taking this pilot that was tested last year across the entire state, and also for providing leadership to that impressive set of teammates that I mentioned. Collectively, we can make summertime hunger history here in Florida. Commissioner.
Partnership, this team effort wouldn't have been possible without the legislature's confidence in us, and I'm glad to see Representative Scott Blakens joined us, and he was a big leader in this, along with Paramore's own state senator Gary Siplin, who made this possible. But you didn't come here to see us. You didn't come here to hear from us. You came to see something that I'm told has never been done before, which is an assembling of all the team's mascots from around Florida in one place at one time. So I want to welcome the real stars of the show who are going to reinforce for us the importance of ending childhood hunger, particularly in a state that produces the most fresh fruits and vegetables in the nation. So we have Stuff the Magic Mascot. Raymond with the Tampa Bay Rays. Jackson DeMille from the Jaguars. TD from the Miami Dolphins. And unable to join us today because they're playing in the playoffs in a home game tonight, Bernie with the Miami Heat. So we wish them well tonight as well. As a team, we can bridge the gap where we need it the most. Let's welcome our mascots and let's end childhood hunger together. One team, once and for all. Thank you all very much.